All right, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Mark coming to you again. All willing this to be an edifying lesson. Before we get started, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Shem, Yahawashi Shem, that double honor to teach others and the author of great most soul advice, brothers put on this truth. Faithful care to feed the sheep and do brothers and sisters. Shalom. Today's lesson titled Yahawashi's Prey. Yahawashi's Prey. What is a prey? Okay, you have a predator, okay, that hunts, kills, and you have a prey that is hunted and killed. And Yahawashi's prey is none other than Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. Now, I couldn't record for a couple of days because they gave me a strike, 2 channels, and I managed to get one reduced to a warning, okay? And they didn't strike me for anything, but it's not a fair game, okay? It's not a fair game, and we understand that, victory is already ours. It doesn't matter what this devil do as far as trying to wear out the saints. We're still gonna trudge on and do this work, okay? But I was thinking because, of course, it pisses you off, and we're here in Great Babylon, America, as sheep's being led to the slaughter, okay? Especially those of us who are still in the world, not understanding, okay, what is taking place and who we really are and the reason why we've always been under the sword by this doggone devil, okay? But it's always comforting to know when you go into the scriptures here that we were put here for a reason, okay, a judgment and a punishment. And we are to pray for Esau, but Esau is to pray for Yahawashi. Let's go into the scripture here. This is the book of Psalms 94, and starting with verse 1, and it reads, O Lord, power, Yahawashi Yahawashi, to whom vengeance belongeth, O power, to whom vengeance belongeth, shield thyself, which is what we constantly cry inside to Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi for all the time. Kick this devil's ass, please. Okay. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. Lord, Yahawashi Yahawashi, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall Esau triumph? And this is what we constantly asking ourselves. And this is probably one of the reasons why you have a lot of Jakes out there. They feel like, the Lord is on their time. So basically, if he's not bringing forth those judgments that we always talk about, that he's going to bring on Esau's kingdom, that, what's the use of him? What's the use of serving him? But if you look around, the judgments are already here, man. Take a look at these Edomites, okay? When was the last time you see Edomites, losing their mind, losing control, okay? They never had to. They've always had the joy of just sitting down on their couches and point the finger at the screen and go, those people, if they would get off their ass and work harder, if they would just, pull their shoulders back and tie their bootstraps and just work a bit harder, they would just do well. And now here they are crying and sighing. Okay? And this is just the low level ones, of course. It says, how long shall they utter and speak hard things, all the workers of iniquity boast himself? They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, Yahawashi, and inflict thy heritage. Yeah. The 1/3 is not broken. The 2/3 are broken. You see, the man of the Lord is solid. We are steadfast and solid in our head. You're not going to get rid of us with a strike or threaten to take down every channel if you try to circumvent around it. And that's exactly what we did, circumvent around it. And you didn't do shit because another one would go up and another one and another one. And there's a whole lot of other platforms. Okay? We're going to do this work to the end because why? It's always a pleasure to let you know you're prey. Okay? You're really weak, Esau. You Edomites, you're weak. Okay? And the Lord Yahawashi is going to send his only begotten son to judge you. And you're prey. You're like he's playing with you. I think I saw was Elder Apostle Taha put up a video, saying that the Lord is toying with y'all, man. He's toying with you. Okay? It says, they slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, the Lord Yahawashi shall not see, neither shall the God, okay, the power of Jacob, the 12 tribe of Israel, regard it. Yes, he is going to regard it. But he's going to regard it. You think we pray to the Lord Yahawashi to keep us in this covering and to protect us, and you think we come up every single time and say, Lord willing, I'm part of the hopefully elect, or part of the elect, the 1/3 that was given to Yahawashi, okay, to avoid the judgments. Go through the tribulation, go through the fire, but avoid the judgments or be what do you call it? Exempt from judgments. No, we don't call on the Lord's name in vain for that reason. We understand who He is and what He's going to do. Okay, that is our fear of Him. And you who don't have that fear because, well, you're the God of this earth, right? You should be very concerned. Let's go to verse 20 here, and it reads, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame it mischief by a law? Because we got these laws that's coming up right now. And you can feel it right now. It's a very terse, intense spirit here in Great Babylon, America, in which they're going to, sooner or later bring out that MOTB, but you're going to see lockdowns coming. They're trying to get this, trying to start a civil war because some little Edomite, okay, clown that can't shut his mouth up got taken out or put into the spirit world. The Lord Yahawashi Prey put his ass in the spirit world. And when you listen to the certain things that he was talking about, okay, he was going with that same rhetoric. Here's a guy, 31 years old, man. You don't even know how to wash your ass properly. And you get the nerve to stand up there and talk shit about the people that actually spilled blood in order to build this nation that you dug on lazy, worthless cave beasts, get to enjoy. And the Lord judge your ass for your boastfulness, man. But people talking about left and right talking about civil war over him. And that would show if y'all go to civil war over the death of that doggone little dude, that really shows us how stupid y'all really are. And I really want y'all to go there. Seriously. You see, we in the spirit, and I'm only going to speak for myself in the spirit of I don't mind suffering to see y'all suffer greater. And that could be a lesson in the future. I don't mind suffering. I don't mind that fire. Okay, just to see y'all get that suffering greater, because y'all are going to suffer more than the righteous is going to suffer. All right. It says, shall the throne, it says, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood, which is constantly what Esau does. Okay, lies, 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 lies. But the Lord, Yahawashi, is my defense, and my power is a rock of my refuge. We don't run to you. We don't fear you. Okay, you're a prey for Yahawashi, the Hamashiach. Okay, let's go into the book of Zephaniah, okay, 3 and verse 8, because we're going to really start cooking right now. And if you Edomites come across this, you need to understand this is coming to you. Okay, this is coming to you. Now I can put a lot of graphics, AI clips, in this lesson to showcase, how it might look like that. But of course, they'll just take the video down or whatever the case is like that, but it's going to be far worse. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8. It reads, therefore wait upon me, said the Lord Yahawashi, until the day I rise up to the prey. Who's the prey? Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation. Even all my fierce anger for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Okay, you've gotten the children of Israel to serve you, serve your God, serve your idols, even serving themselves. People still celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and the whole nine yards, even though we tell them that those things are unlawful in the eyes of the Lord Yahawashi, yet still they do it. Okay. And yes, you are not going to be the only prey, you Edomites. Okay. All these other tribes that have put us, lay hands on us and put us in captivity, and us, managed to make it, as they like to say, make something of themselves, at our duress. They're also prey too. But we specifically pray to Yahawashi to really, really bring that hardcore judgment on you Edomites, okay? You're known as the so-called white race, okay? The ones that are using your AI technology right now and your scientific study, to showcase yourself as superior. Keep doing it. We know who you are, and you're not superior. This is Isaiah 42 and 24, okay? Because you could not have ever have conquered us if the Lord Yahawashi did not give us to you. You could never have conquered us. Okay, you people can't even go in the sun for 20 minutes right now and work the fields that y'all so gallantly chase the people that was out there, okay, Jakes, who was out there for decades, suffering in that hot sun to put food in your doggone ungrateful ass table. And yet, so when some of y'all have tried to go do that work, yeah, you might be a supervisor out there sitting in some vehicle or truck or in a shade, and you might appoint you appoint a Jake as a supervisor, and he gives you the report, you know. But now y'all have to go there and go labor for your own food, and you're not capable of doing it. Okay. And in the meantime, these Caicos, okay, they've bought up all the land, destroying the food, and they have big underground storage of oversaturated fat, over saturated sodium food, okay, ready to distribute to the masses. But first, you need to take that microchip first. So not only that's not going to condemn you to death, it's going the food, what they call in food, okay, is gonna finish you off. Those that actually survive the chaos that's soon to come. Okay, this is 42 and 24, and it reads, it's Isaiah 42 and verse 24, and it reads, "Who gave Jacob 12 tribes of Israel for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers?" The Lord Yahawashi Prey says, "Did not the Lord Yahawashi Prey, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient under his law." Okay, now you have Hebrew Israelite talking about the law, the law, the law. We can't keep the law. I can't keep the laws. I can't do it. Okay, and that's why Yahawashi, the Mashiach, he had to be the ultimate sacrifice. Okay, so if he said, "Get your ass out there and go do the work," you would do the work. And yeah, this it's supposed to be tough. They can take down your videos, they'll accuse you of this and that, and you know, people either watching, the more popular, elders and teachers then, and they're only watching, a lot of them are just watching for entertainment, as the Apostle Rama always come up and, you do lesson on that, because you can feel through the spirit that people ain't taking us serious. And that's fine. We do the work. We're not in this for popularity show. We don't need these people to put food in our plates. Okay, this is Romans 12 and 19. And it reads, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said the Lord." The Mashiach is going to repay. He's going to repay. And it's not that rock that's coming in space there that y'all looking at and going, "Oh, what could it be?" or whatever. Because trust me, when Yahawashi returns, the world is going to know. The world is going to know. There ain't no little green man coming. There ain't no damn little, stealthy ship that's going to be coming around like that. Yes, we do have ourselves surrounded by the angels, in a different spectrum that we can't see, and they're there to protect the sons and daughters, okay, of the Almighty, okay, those that He deemed worthy of protection. But when Yahawashi returns, this is not going to be some secret, "I'm here sneaking around you." He doesn't have to sneak around you. You're being watched as we speak right now. Think of the mighty lion. Yahawashi is from the tribe of Judah, which is a symbol as a lion. How he looks at his prey, studies them, he looks at them. In this case, Yahawashi created all of you. He created all of us. So guess what? He knows exactly who we are. Okay, they know. Okay, He knows what your deep secret thoughts are, what you're going to do next. And that's why a lot of your plans is constantly sabotaged. Okay, and so you keep trying other things. So vengeance belongs to Him. The glory is going to be to Hamashiach, our King. Okay, our Lord and Savior. He's gonna get that glory. So Jake's out there in Chicago talking about, oh, if you come out there, Esau, we're gonna do this and do that to you. Why? You don't need to do anything. Okay, but they won't have that spirit of warfare against a man who's given the sword for a reason. Okay, I just read to you the fact that we were given over to this man, and this man has used his sword, okay, at his pleasure, okay, to please the flesh, which is to see this blood spilled off the children of Israel. This is Ezekiel 25:14 reads, and it says, This is Ezekiel 25, verse 13 reads. Actually, let's go to verse 12. It says, thus said the Lord power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, I will also stretch my hand upon Edom and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do it Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord power. So when Jake's them who right now, they kind of in that spirit of like they really want to uh go up against Esau and fight and do it in that kind of spirit like that. This is the Lord Yahawashi Prey has a special way he wants it done. He does it with perfection, Jake. So hold on. We're angry. You are right. We are angry. But keep in mind, we are subject to what we're going through, tribulation, us praise under a prey. And Lord willing, the man that you see on the highway and the byway, crying and sighing, okay, will be on those chariots to watch us, the Mashiach, deal with this prey the way a predator would do. Okay, tear his kingdom to pieces, and then tear him into pieces. All right. Let's go in the book of Joel 3 and start at verse 10. And, let's talk about reaping the wicked, because, I mean, those of you old enough, you can remember, at least when there was some sense of honor, then there's some sense of integrity, when there was some type of, how do I want to say, some type of value. People held some type of value. It was clear that that was the bad guy. It was clear that girl is bad. Now it's very difficult to distinguish who's bad and who's actually worse. Okay? It's very difficult to distinguish. That's the spirit on this earth right now. This is Joel 3, starting with verse 10. It reads, beat your plowshares into sword and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So these nations are now, they're not having that same fair respect for Great Babylon America. They're trying to circumvent around having to deal with this nation. Okay? And the Lord, Yahawashi, the Mashiach, is going to put it in a way for us to circumvent around taking the MOTB. He's going to put it in a way because people are going to be doing it to be in a society which we don't. They're going to want to accept it to eat, which the Lord Yahawashi say his servants is going to eat. They're going to do it because they don't want to get thrown in these internment camps, which we've already been told some of us will be put in some of those. Okay. But for the most part, the elect will not be touched. It's just that simple. All right. It says, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together around about because they mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahawashi, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Praise. That's talking about praise. So you nations are praise. Esau, the so-called white man that you Jakes out there idolize so much, he's a prey. He's a prey. He's not as mighty as you think. He's not that mighty. He is a whooping stick on the left, though. You gotta understand that. You have to understand that. So there's no fear of Esau. There's a fear of Yahawashi. And when we look at Esau, we know that Yahawashi can put him, or put it on him to put it on us. But he's going to put it on his son, the Mashiach, to put it on Esau. Okay? To put it on Esau. Esau's a prey. Let's go into Jeremiah 16 and start verse 16. Because this is one of my favorite. I didn't think there was a camp there up until about maybe a year ago. I would mention this in every camp that I did. And this is not a camp today, of course. It says, behold, I will send many fishes said the Lord Yahawashi Prey, and they shall fish them, and after will I send many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rock. And that's talking about the black Superman gods that are coming down from the chariots, okay, to go grab the elites of the elites, the ones that are going to be down in those $1 billion bunkers, with their cyborgs and robots to defend, and after a humiliating defeat at the hands of the Mashiach, after the coronation, okay, after the crowning of the 144,000 and whatever said time that the Mashiach is going to keep the elect on the chariot, Jerusalem will come down. And boy, oh boy, there's going to be that hunting campaign. Again, you're still going to be a prey. In fact, Esau, you're going to be a prey for the next 1,000 years as you go through a hardcore, brutal slavery. In fact, let's go into Ezekiel 35, starting with verse 1. Do you really believe that we're out here just speaking because we can speak or because we have a lot of time in our hand or like that? No, this is what our job is. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord, Yahawashi came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus said the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. That's what he's going to do. He's going to make you desolate. He's going to stretch his hands out against you, meaning what? He's going to use other nations. Okay. The sun is going to destroy you when he returns. Okay. And the sun is going to have his servants, okay, who would have been transformed, okay, the gods to come back down here and jack your ass up. All right. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahawashi. Because why? Because outside of perpetual hatred, I shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. You never give up, man. You never give up. Putting that little punk, the doggone, putting that little punk in the spirit world. And may his hell be one for the history books to come. Okay? Punks. You Edomites are. That's why I tell you, Jakes, man, you see these crackers, they'll come up to you, they'll smile, they'll try to play coy up at you, watch them. Because any moment right now, these doggone crackers can grab a knife and try to fillet you up or cut your throat, fall you at home or whatever case that. Be vigilant. And any Jakes, so-called Latinos or called Blacks or Native Americans that wants to side and get involved with this doggone Edomite bullshit, stay the hell away from them. Stay the hell away from them. The Lord Yahawashi Prey is going to deal with them. Because Jake is simple, man. All right? But we can see here, okay, that the Lord Yahawashi Prey is going to deal with this place. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, said thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So you're going to get constant, you're going to be in a constant strait, okay? Esau, you're going to be in constant straits. All right, let's go into Jeremiah 50 and 14. Okay, these are all scriptures that talk about the show that Esau, you're a prey. The so-called white man, you're a prey for the Mashiach, you're a prey. It says, put yourselves in array around Babylon, round about all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord Yahawashi. So you see that? The Lord is cultivating and bringing up these other tribes with the ability, okay, to circumvent around your defense system, supersonic missiles. They have their own budget, okay? Even though you put embargoes on these nations, guess what? They have their own budget and have the ability to keep coming up against you. And there's fear in your eyes. We can see it. There's great fear. So we know right now, and I think it was a couple other brothers talking about their child's getting hit. It's Isaiah 14 and start verse 21, and it reads, prepare a slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the earth. So guess what? It's going to be a great slaughter. Praise. Okay, praise. You're a prey. Again, for I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, Yahawashi, cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord Yahawashi. See what it says here? Say it. the Lord Yahawashi Prey. It didn't say it. It didn't say Mawat or GMS or apostle this or the apostle that. It said, say the Lord Yahawashi Prey. We're just the messenger. You see that? So y'all want to kill the messenger because y'all don't like the message. But we're going to deliver it to you, though, with pleasure. I like delivering it. Let's continue on in Isaiah. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, Esau. We're almost there. Because you probably might hear this. All right, this is Isaiah 13, and I'm starting with 16, and it reads, their children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses should be spoiled, and their wives ravished. This is the guy you did it to us, right? Because we were prey. Chained, starved, beaten, raped. Yeah, what do you think is going to happen to you? Oh, the angels ain't going to do it. The Lord Yahawashi Prey is going to have these other tribes do it. Okay? You're going to do it also to yourselves too. He says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver for gold. They shall not delight into it. Those are real service members over there, real men in the Russian military, in the Turkish military, in the Iranian military. When they lack a seal, you're going to find out just how weak and sorry the American military is. It cracks me up when they brag about, we're the most powerful military in the world. Is it really? For those of you who have served and I served, okay, you would have units, battalions, brigades, okay, where you have a 60% failure rate for their APFD, which is the annual fitness test, just to run 2 miles, couple push-ups and a couple of sit-ups, 60 freaking percent. I know units that go like 90%, almost all the officers, all enlisted. The National Guard, they call them Nasty Guard for a reason. Okay? And a big army is no different. It's full of fairies, women in positions of authority over men. It's feminized, it's disgusting, and go ask any veteran that recently got out. They'll tell you the exact reason why they walked the fuck away and threw that damn uniform in the garbage. And they don't hang up nothing, no mementos up in their house in regards to that they ever served. Other than the fact is, well, fuck, if somebody wants to give you a 10% discount because you are a veteran, take it. Why not? We're told to use this place. But other than that, oh, I have no fucking confidence whatsoever that the United States can win a war against any country on this earth at this present. Because the Lord is making you a prey to these nations. And then when Yahawashi returns, and when all you tribes get together and think you're going to go fight the Mashiach when he returns, it's going to be a slaughter fest. And I always pray to Yahawashi to please let me live to see it. I want to see you. I want to see it. I want to see that smirk wipe of all your face. I want to see the fear. This is verse 18. It says, their bows also should dash a young man a piece, and they should have no pity on the fruit of the wombs. Their eyes shall not spare children. Worthless ass crap. Worthless ass freaking crap. The elect children, the ones that the Lord is going to save is going to be right though. But for the most part, it's just, this place is horrible. If you don't have to go out, at least I speak for myself. If I don't have to go out right now, I'll go out. I keep everything very close. It says, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So that's going to be the final destruction, but it doesn't end there. That's just great Babylon, America being destroyed, okay? That the prey, everybody that's here is going to be really, consumed. Okay, so that's you, Esau, your empire is taken down, but you think that's the end? Let's go and take a look at the end, okay? Because when you have a lion or you have a predator take down a prey, what it does first, stalks it, hunts it, take it down, kills it, and then eats it until there's nothing left. And this is going to be you, Esau. You're going to be chewed up in the kingdom as a slave. And then this is what's going to be your final There's not going to be nothing left for the buzzards. Obadiah 1 and 18 reads, and the house of Jacob to our salvation should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble. Northern kingdom and southern kingdom are going to come back together. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord, Yahawashi had spoken it. Again, for the Lord, Yahawashi had spoken it, not us. We relay the message. So this lesson has been Yahawashi's prey. Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. That's what you are. Despite all your military power, all your prowess, trying to wear the saints out, at the end of the day, all you are is a prey. Lord willing, elect was edified to close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Shalom.